trying to move the mic for the solos. The next selection is Jumping Out the Woodside. I think you'll recognize it. It's 1940s era, World War II era. We used a lot of movie soundtracks of that time period. It's a World War II movie or just in that genre timeline, and in like clubs and so forth. It's a Count Basie classic, Jumping Out the Woodside. So I hope you'll enjoy it. And there's some solos in this as well. A little bit quick and bright, but definitely easily recognizable. Here we go.
trumpet, and Tyler on tenor sax, and Glenn on trombone.
The next selection is called Isfahan. It's an Ellington classic that was used as part of a suite that he called the Far East Suite, a little bit written later on in his career. So it has this kind of like Middle Eastern sound to it a little bit. But it was a combination of him and Billy Strayhorn that wrote it, and this arranger is Alan Baylock, who writes a lot for the military groups. And it's going to feature Reza on alto sax, and it's a very laid-back, slow piece. Again, later on, the later part of Ellington's career, I tell the story all the time to the kids. So when I was in middle school, my middle school choir director was the last bass player for Ellington. And so when I got to high school and I was playing drum set, I was nowhere nearly as good as Katie in drum set. But he had me come over, he heard me play. He would rehearse our jazz band, and he was like, "You got it all wrong, you got it all wrong." So John Lamb, his name was, he was the last bass player for Ellington, and he had me come to the middle school with just a hi-hat and a drum drum, the seat. And I had to listen to all these albums over and over and over again, and one after the other for hours, sitting there with just a hi-hat on 2 and 4, and just teaching me about blues and jazz and swing, and would play all that. And then, of course, he'd say, "You hear the Ellington?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm on that album, I'm on that album, that album, that album." So I was fortunate to kind of get immersed a little bit at a young age with some of the original Ellington players. But this is going to feature Reza on alto sax, and once again, it's Isfahan by Duke Ellington. Rez on alto sax, featuring in Isfahan. Speak to you from my back face here. The next one and our final one, as far as the full band goes, is La Suerte de los Tontos, which means Fortune of Fools. And it's written by Johnny Richards, who's a prime arranger for Stan Kenton, who had a famous band in the 50s, 60s, into the 70s era. And Stan Kenton was a piano player, but had his own big band. Johnny Richards' life was cut short. He died on the younger side, I think in his early 40s, but very avant-garde, kind of that same time period as Dave Brubeck had, Take Five and Blue Rondo out of church out. Johnny Richards was writing very innovative charts and arrangements and stuff. The first time I ever heard this, actually, this chart was on a marching band field, with a drum and bugle corps, the Blue Devils from Concord, California. So that was my first hearing of it, and then I wanted to, I tell the kids the stories, if I hear it on the field, I want to hear the original and see what it's like. So this one's arranged by Victor Lopez, who does quite a bit of writing for jazz band and wind band and so forth. He's retired now, but he was the principal of Miami High School for many years. And he was also the prime arranger for Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine. So this is De La Suerte, arranged by Victor Lopez, and this will feature, who's a good feature, guys? Everybody. It's going to feature Tyler on tenor sax, and the rhythm section has a lot of groove in this, and it's more on the Latin flavor, and it's on that Cuban Fire album by Stan Kenton as well. Anyway, without further ado, our last set before the choir comes up here, it's De La Suerte. sax, entire rhythm section of the ball that supports it. So that concludes the full band, but we're going to bring on the choir and our entourage group, and we're going to play a holiday medley, and then we'll close the curtain, and then have our color guard come out and do their dance performance. All right, folks, this is our choral department here with their they have many different groups here at Steinbrenner. This is Entourage under the direction of Mr. Jeff Dial down here. He's a choir director here. Jeff and I started last year together, so we're fairly new to Steinbrenner, but having a great time here in the Performing Arts Department. So this is our first time that we've done a joint, as far as like choral and jazz thing together as a department in a while. We've obviously been involved and engaged with the school musicals like last year with Oklahoma and so forth, but so we're going to kick off the holidays. They have their concert tomorrow night, so if you want to come out and hear the choral department, they're amazing, amazing talent, amazing kids, and Jeff's doing a great job of them. So come out. What time does that start? 6:30? 6:30, right here, same place, same bat time, same bat channel. So, okay, so this is Swinging to Christmas, which is going to be a little bit of, you'll hear a little bit of In the Mood, and then you're going to hear Silver Bells, and you're going to hear I'll Be Home for Christmas, and so forth. So this is kind of a medley, and we have our jazz combo, some wind players, and a rhythm section together to accompany them. Okay, all right.